Hi, this is Cynthia Ortiz. It is October 29th, 2021, Friday at 6:56 p.m. This is the fourth podcast I'm doing. Mr. Perry has altered my evidence of these recordings again. Mr. Perry, this is evidence. It will be used in a court of law. You're hacking. I've told you to get the fuck out of my phone. You do not alter my evidence. Get the fuck out of my phone. Get out of it. Listen, I get that you feel like you need to say something, but you weren't asked. I didn't ask you what you think, did I? I said, don't contact me, didn't I? You're very slow. It's irritating the shit out of me. I mean, you irritate the fuck out of me. Listen to the words. Don't contact me. I don't care what you think. I didn't ask you. I said get out of my phone. Hacking is a crime. Cloning is a crime. Voyeurism is a crime. Stalking is a crime. When a woman tells you, leave me the fuck alone, don't contact me again, you need to be a gentleman and respect the rights and wishes of others, and don't contact me again. I didn't ask you what you think. You keep trying to talk to me like you think I give a fuck. I think I've made it very, very, very clear I don't. I don't care what you think. Don't care how you feel. Don't care what you want. You didn't give a shit what I thought or how I felt when you had me false arrested, and every day you sit around trying to do that again. And I'm broke, and Mike's in jail, and you devastate families and devastate lives. You didn't care what we thought, did ya? Well, guess what? Nobody cares what you think. No one cares what you think. So I'm gonna do the disclaimer. Use allegedly. Nothing's been proven in a court of law just yet. That doesn't mean it won't. It means just yet. We assert all civil rights. Use the but-for standard, but for me needing to document Mr. Perry's crimes against me in the state of Oklahoma, where he now lives, I wouldn't have to do this. This is not to harass him. This is to document him harassing me. Mr. Perry has a delusional fantasy in his head that I don't have it in mine. I don't. The bitch can't move on. He's pathetic. I left Lubbock in, I don't even want to get into that. I left Lubbock in 2013. I didn't invite you to my life here, did I? You are a butt-in. You're bothering me. I said don't contact me. When you contact me, we get more recordings of you. And that started in 2015 with the McNamara email, and it has gone on every fucking day since. No one has done more to kick your criminal ass than me. No one. When you contact me, you piss us all off. You piss us off. My guys go at you harder. We get more. So I understand that you now live in Oklahoma, and that you have this, forged marriage license, and people are starting to question you about that. Where's the wedding photos? She said she didn't sign it. I didn't sign it. There's no fucking way I'd agree to that. I've not seen Mr. Perry at all, face to face, since January 2013. I hate his guts. There's no way. I've heard recording of him talking about killing me. When you get a call from police, don't go anywhere. He's going to have you run off the road. Don't go to work tonight. He's got some medical emergency staged. This was April 2020, right after I tell the Florida State's attorney Mike Neely didn't kill anybody. He was drugged. And, oh, yeah, that does come out. It was. I was right. May of, I got such a headache from this stuff. May 2020. Depositions weren't taken until May 2020. I said it in January 2020. I said it again in March. And then you guys are all recorded. I think we found a hitman that can kill her, and it's not going to be linked to us. Then you're talking to your hitman. We're going to have a medical emergency at her work, and some guy's going to act like he's sick. She's going to help him. Then the doctor or whatever is going to tell him that he's got a disease. She needs a shot, or she'll get it too. Only the shot's strychnine. It'll kill her. So, I'm not going to go have tea with you. I'm not. You did this false arrest. Listen, with the false arrest, I'm getting texts from Dave. Yeah, we gave you arsenic. We're trying to kill you. Let your life fade away. I can't promise that the stalking will end without death and destruction. And there's video surveillance at Lady Godiva's on the night things got really weird, and I had customers complain to the waitress. What are you going to do? Wait till he blows her head off, then kick him out? That's all, and then I have to, I had to file a police report. It's the law. because I forgot my first one when we get a denied protective order. The first time I forgot the police report. It's not even a week. You have me arrested. You preserved not one shred of evidence. The video surveillance, the blood and hair to see what did they give me. Was it arsenic? Was it something else? Maybe it was something else. My text, I preserved my text, Mr. Powell. You had a legal obligation to preserve the evidence of the crime I reported that you alleged were false. And you didn't. And not only that, you would think that you would want to. You went into court and under oath, Perry testifies, oh, it's a false report. Well, you had to prove that. So you had no intention of going to trial, right? Because you were already trying to plan the next false arrest. So I mean, we keep, listen, if I know about it, my guys have recorded you talking about it. You don't know who all we've infiltrated. You don't know, they're checking your dark website to see who's still on it. Am I still on it? Are you still selling my body against my will? They know exactly how many days you've done that. You don't know how many times you have talked to a cop and you didn't know it. Listen, Charles, you keep acting like you think I want to hear from you and I care what you think. You keep acting like you think that. You're very slow mentally. When you try to contact me, when you try to talk to me, when you try to say how you feel, and here's how I feel, what I want, whiny drama queen. You act like you think you care. You act like you think I care. I don't. I don't want to hear it. I truly do not give a shit how you think, what you think. I don't. Listen. Write it down. I didn't ask you what you think, how you feel, or what you want or what you need. Guess what? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what you think or how you feel or what you need. You always got to butt in and give your input. I don't care. I really don't care. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. I don't care. I don't want to hear what you think. I don't care. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. When you try to contact me, when you take my money, when you bother me, since 2015 McNamara email, my guys go at you harder to shut you up, to make you go away and leave me alone, and we get something every fucking day. So the only way I know that you guys were trying to frame me for a murder is because you're being investigated, and that information came from that investigation. So I go outside. I got 2 brand new tires on my car. They aired out my spare tire, by the way. They were in the whale well. You guys, I hear you want me at Zio's because you had somebody there to plant a gun in the trunk. So I go out Wednesday and all 4 tires of on my car are flat. So what you wanted? 2 of them were brand new. I aired them all up. I took care of it. But what did you want to do? Did you think I was going to drive around and here comes a cop to help her change her tire, and oh gosh, guess what we find in the trunk? It's a gun. I don't own a gun. I've never owned a gun. I don't have a gun. I didn't shoot. I'm not a murderer. My guys that know that you are planning all that because they're investigating you, because how else would I know that you were trying to do that? How else would I know? I know because you're being investigated and you were recorded talking about it. Don't go to Zio's. They've got a guy going to plant a gun in your car. You are investigated. I don't kill people. That's not my way. What I want though is you're in prison and then you're gone and I'm never broke again and I have my privacy back and my family is back together. We don't all have to wonder, they're going to tell her, go to my family. Can you get the, our car information, or can you get this and that? And by God, don't slip up, because then you'll start having money problems. There won't be any more of that. Guess what? Every time I have to talk to someone, especially somebody I've known for a really long time, like my family, I know what my family's going to say normally, and I know what you're telling them to say. I know the difference. My grade is 3.89, in spite of waking up every fucking day to have to hear you got this planned or that planned, this major catastrophic loss or that major catastrophic loss or this major catastrophic, over and over and over. It's something every day. Has been for a decade. You want to coerce a lie. We get it. You've made your point, Mr. Perry. You want to lie. We got it everywhere. On this blog, son of a bitch, on this blog, Mr. Perry, that you're not letting me, as you see that blinking, I'm trying to open the menu because it says we need her to apologize. I'm gonna try to fix that. If you'll give me a second, I'm gonna pause this. Lucky asked me about it. Lucky said, I've seen him. I'm going to ask you something. There's a marriage certificate floating around with your signature on it. Did you sign that? And I looked at him like, wow, you even have to ask me that? No. No. Fuck no. I didn't think so. I think it didn't look like your signature. I think it looked like it was somebody signed your name. So he was asking questions. You've been asked again. Where's the wedding photos? I hear you moved to Oklahoma. Like, I mean, when you fuck with me, nobody's kicked your crime ass harder than me since you met me. Before that, I don't know what the hell's wrong with people in Lubbock that nobody caught something was off with you. Something's off with you. Okay, listen. I'm not going to apologize. I'm sorry you're stupid. I'm sorry you're a criminal. Nobody's caught your crime more than me. And every time you contact me, every day I'm peeper raped, every day you hack me, every day Mike's in jail, every day I'm broke because you're stealing my money. I can make my own money. Everybody's starting to hear me talk on these things, and everybody's starting to go, gosh, there's been too many motions that she filed. There by law should have been a hearing, and there wasn't. And then when there was a hearing, she's not in it. And the burden of proof is on her. She's the plaintiff, and they don't even let her into court. So normally, the judge would not want to be ignorant on fact and make sure both parties are there, especially on a jurisdictional hearing. And the problem that now the judge has to explain that, and everybody starts to go, maybe it's not that he perpetrated a fraud or a deception on the court. Maybe it's that he's buying a judge. It's because there's all this, there's all these things, conversations that she's having with men about Charles Perry, not abortion, not on guns and gun rights and gay marriage rights and all that. All of it is about stalking. All it is about, it's murder. All of it is about, he's going to not get charged. Mickey James said he's not going to be charged in Oklahoma. I'm sorry to tell you that. Well, what is that supposed to mean? Who was bought in Oklahoma that he wouldn't be charged for what he's doing here? Because I'm going to tell you right now, somebody else is doing the work. I'm doing it. I'm doing some of it. I'm doing a lot of it. But I can't do it by myself. The Fabian puzzle came to me in jail. Somebody got that to me in jail. It's very specific to me. It's Fabian's name on that puzzle. Fabian is who I wanted to be with. It wasn't Charles. I left Texas and I left him. I had to, or I was going to die. If you can't read all these texts and see somebody wants me dead, you're slow. So, Mr. Perry, listen, I don't care what you think. I really, really, really don't care what you think. Didn't ask you. Mr. Perry, I didn't ask you what you think, did I? Mr. Perry, shut up. When you hear me do that, that means he's typing in my computer, doing something to try to communicate with me, and I don't know how many different ways I need to say the same thing. Mr. Perry, I don't care what you think. I didn't ask you. Mr. Perry, I don't care what you think. Shut up. I didn't ask you what you thought, did I? I said get out. Stop contacting me. When you contact me, we get more recordings of you. The only way I know that you were trying to frame me for murder is that. Recordings of you. When you contact me, when I'm broke, the longer Mike's in jail. I've said this so many times, I'm tired of it. I'm really tired of repeating myself. We're all tired of hearing the same thing again and again. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Stop trying to tell me what you think. Shut up! No one cares what you think. No one cares what you think. Stop acting like you think. I want to hear from you, and I care what you think. Shut up. Get out of my computer. Get out of my phone. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. When I do that, that means he's typing in my computer. Shut up. I didn't ask you what you thought. Stop acting like you think I care what you think. Stop acting, Mr. Perry, like you can't act like you... Stop acting like you think I care what you think. Stop acting like you think I care what you think. I didn't ask you what you thought, did I? Shut up. When you contact me at all, in any form, Do you get a date? Do you get any kind of affection? You do not. You get caught. You get caught, don't you? Write it down. It's the same thing. It's been the same thing every day since 2015, McNamara email. There's too many hearings where there's too many motions filed where there should have been a hearing. People are starting to notice something's wrong. There's too many hearings. I'm not there. People are starting to notice something's wrong. If a judge can't look at all this here, all these texts and all these videos and all, the Pinto recording. If a judge didn't let me in a courtroom to show all that, you know, how slow do you got to be to see something's wrong? You're not fooling anybody. I don't know who the fuck you think you are. Now, I don't really have time for this today. I really don't. I only do these if I have to. Mr. Perry, again, I need you to understand. I need you to understand the words I'm saying to you right now, sir. I don't care what you think. Stop contacting me. Stop it. I don't care what you think. I don't like you. I don't want anything to do with you. I want you to get out of my life. Get the fuck out of my life. You guys all wanted me to go to the back to sensations, but the funny thing, here's the funny thing. This is how smart y'all. You guys are brilliant. It's so easy. It's not even fair. This guy right here was in Stillwater. I'm gonna tell you something, TPD. I know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm good at my job, and right now I can't be paid because everybody's up in my bank accounts all the time, right? We don't really want, these guys don't want to compromise what they're doing, but you only have 5 people, 5, 6 people. We got Matt, Josh, Joe, Charles, Dave, who's Calvin? Who the fuck is Calvin? I've heard him talk. I've heard somebody, Calvin something on whatever recordings our guys get in. But I don't know, and I guess maybe he has a wiretap. I don't know. Again, I'm not told how all that works. But what I do know is that you don't have that many people. Our guys have like a bunch of people. And to have this, you have this right here. It's on all 3 court dockets. No judge heard it. Not one judge heard it. Okay, that's starting to raise eyebrows. Why did the judge not hear it? Because you get perjury by concealment. I gave the example already of the mom, who's falling, and her son catches her. But somebody takes a picture of it and says, well, he was mugging her, so there's an arrest. It looks like you got a picture of a guy grabbing her purse and her arm. It looks like a mugging. But when she's able to testify, that's my son. I was going to fall, and he steadied me. Then you got the whole picture. Well, if I'm not in a courtroom to show something like this to the judge, like when I filed an injunctive motion for the second time and asked Judge Payne and Judge Jane on my first one, there should have been an immediate hearing on that. And there wasn't. And everybody's wondering why the fuck that happened. When there's Mickey James, there's Terry Wagner, there's all these. Why is there no hearing where she can talk about this, and testify with it? Why is nobody looking at that? Then you got a judge that's choosing to be ignorant on the fact, but there's another judge that we're working with that isn't. He doesn't understand it. The courtroom is not a diner, and the judge is not your short order cook. It's degrading the integrity of the court. You complained about $25 million didn't cover up your crime. Not this time. I did say that, didn't I? I did say not this time, 5 years ago. And that was just after I got back. You don't preserve my evidence, because that would have confirmed I was getting poisoned. Because you went into a courtroom and said, she lied, this police report is false, but destroyed my evidence. You destroyed my evidence, which, if what you said was true, would have supported your claim, wouldn't it? Then you won't let me in a courtroom. There's too many ex parte hearings. There's too many motions that were filed where there should have been a hearing and there wasn't. Why? $25 million would buy a lot of judges, wouldn't it? You're caught. When you fuck with me, Charles Perry, when you try to contact me, I said, shut up! No one cares what you think. You're not asked. No one. Write it down. You're slow. You got Alzheimer's. We shouldn't have to say the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over. And you're irritating the shit out of everybody. When you're in jail, No more repeating the same thing over and over. Things that most people get after it's said one time. My guys that I work with, I didn't even have to finish the sentence half the time. You're slow. Keep up with everybody else. You're slow. One time is all that should be said. You got Alzheimer's? Do you? Do you? I don't care what you think. I don't. When you try to talk to me, then that indicates you think I do. You're delusional. I don't care what you think. You're delusional. I don't care. You're delusional. All right, so you guys wanted me back at the strip club, right? Oh, you're always wanting to create a panacea, aren't you? Yeah, we hear about those recordings too. Okay, so you guys wanted me back out at the strip club, which is funny because here's what my guys said about that. It's worth it for you to go to the strip club and make some money for yourself and get information like this. And that text from Mickey James. Maybe he says in his text, maybe it's worth the suspicion we saw with Gary Condit and Chandra Levy for him to kill you. There won't be any charges in Oklahoma. I signed an NDA, non-disclosure, and I've been watching behind the scenes. What the fuck? Wow. This guy right here. See, I'm at the bar in Stillwater talking to this man, and he's telling me, your husband sent me. I don't have a husband. No, your husband sent me. Well, but I don't have a husband, so I'm thinking you got the wrong person. Is there somebody, describe the woman you're looking for. I think you've got the wrong person. Oh, no, the Texas senator. Oh, my God. I could have looked at the manager who was standing on the other side, tending the bar. I could have said, the man stalking me sent him in, kick his ass out, and he would have. I didn't do that. I flip on my recorder. This is how you dragon slay GPD. What's he do? I just got him talking. I hit play and let him talk. He asked me 3 times if I was wearing a wire. And I'm like, wearing a wire where? Where would I put a wire? But I did. I was recording him. It wasn't on me. I wasn't wearing it. But anyways, he's asking me if I want, do you see that right here? He said, stop. That's a David Robertson. That's a David Robertson gaslighting weirdo technique right there. He always does that. He wants to interrupt. If you're starting to say something they don't want, because I'm talking about, I want a restraining order. I'm suing him. I don't like him. See that right there? Stop. I don't want to hear that. David Robertson does that all the time. David, it's rude to interrupt. Did your mom teach you some manners? Don't interrupt. That's what David Robertson does. Stop. No, actually, I'm not going to stop. How about you not interrupt? Is the middle of my sentence interrupting the beginning of yours? Jesus. Okay, so that's a gaslighting deal they do. And then they try to tell me what I think, and I'm like, yeah, no, I got a whole different thing going. But he's offering me $5,000. This is solicitation of prostitution. And they were worried about me doing a lap dance with my socks on, so I didn't put a hole in the furniture. Wow. Okay. Priorities. Yep. So, see, he says I can't get into any trouble. He's asked me if I'm wearing a wire. He's telling you're occupied. All this weird shit. Yeah, I didn't know this guy. There it is right there. Are you wearing a wire? I can't get into that right now. You can have a wire on. Yeah, whatever, Charles. That's probably Charles calling. I don't know. He's not supposed to have my phone number. Okay, so anyway, so we got all these right here, that I was getting from going into a strip club, right? And I'm making money. Well, then it got to where they were running all the customers off where I was working, and the danger level went way the fuck up. So my guy said it's not worth it to go out there and get their canned food. They run off your steak, and here's your canned food. Here's your little Salvation Army bowl of soup. I think they're out of money from paying off all those judges. I think they're broke. I think they can't afford any more customers. So, my guys were like, if they wanted to, they keep saying they want you back at that club. They want to be able to get to you, but they're not smart enough to make sure when you do go, there's a lot of guys with money in there, because that'll keep you coming back. Girls go where the money is. They run all yours off. They're not even very smart in how they do their shit here. But anyways, so that's why that's one of the reasons I quit dancing. It wasn't worth the risk of them hurting me to go make $30, sit there 12 hours or 8 hours and 6 hours and come home with $30. There's other ways to make money. I'm very smart, Mr. Perry. So that's the other thing people are starting to point out. She's very smart. She shouldn't be broke. So it has to be true what she's saying, that he's stealing her money. He's making phone calls he has no business making. They already got something set up before they do that. All right. Now, we got all that. We got the perjury right here. We got that you want to arrange a false arrest. You want to steal all my money because you just need me to apologize. And again, to that I say, no. No one cares what you think. No one cares what you want. No one cares what you need. You didn't care what I thought, what I wanted, what I needed when you took my money, did you? You didn't care what I thought, what I needed, what I wanted when you had me false arrested the last time. And we all get you want to do it again because it's time for you to run for election. It's election season again, isn't it? But why are you running for election you relocated to Oklahoma. You live in Oklahoma now. You've not been seen in Lubbock. Because there's phone calls being made about that. And everybody's going, I haven't seen him in a long time in Lubbock. And I sure haven't seen him with his wife, Jackie. So there's some truth to what she's saying. Because this is it's not a he said, she said, is it? It's a corruption case. You're going to jail. And when you're in jail, Mr. Perry, I can have my privacy back. I can have my family back. We don't have to worry that you're going to tell my family, get our car information. And then when I find out about it, you go threaten them. You want to have money problems? Did you let something slip? All that crap you've been doing to my family. I'm not happy about it. I'm pissed. Leave my family the fuck alone. They didn't ask for this. The people I work with, get her cigarettes. Don't let something slip. We'll come after you. Right? All that shit. Criminal activity. You're a criminal. You're a fucked up criminal. You never get a date. It's been a decade. You have turned my stomach and made my skin crawl for a decade every day. McNamara email was the first time it's not the first time you were recorded. It was the first time I put something out. It's the first time I typed up what you said in the recording and gave that out to somebody. And then that gives us the I told you so factor. She's got the bond conditions. First of all, he went into court and said there's a political vendetta, and he said it was a false report, but then he destroyed all the evidence that would have proven it was true or false. They didn't preserve any of her evidence. They had no intention of going to trial. They just did that just because to retaliate against her, just like she said. Then she's got a harassment email. He's going to send her home, make her think she's going to be all okay. We're going to do a panacea. But what we're really going to do is harass the shit out of her. And then when she tells on us, we'll claim she's harassing us. Right? And that's right when you were planning that is when Justice Scalia died in West Texas. It wasn't some random time. It was right then. And it wasn't some random place or D.C. It was right there in West Texas. What'd you do to him? What did you do to him? Everybody, commander, D.C. homicide commander questions it. He's a murder cop. How come they didn't follow procedures, post-mortem procedures? They didn't do that like we would have done it had he died in D.C. He's a United States Supreme Court judge, for God's sake, and very, very much a proponent of the First Amendment. You needed to shut up the victim of your crime. Right? You needed a smear campaign. You needed to find another way to make sure no other victim ever came out and told what you were doing again. And you thought you were going to use me. But what has happened instead is no one has kicked your fucking criminal ass harder than I have in your life. Now, Tulsa Police, this is your case. I gave you your case. You only have like 5-6 people to get. We have a whole bunch more. and I can't do this by myself. But if I know that he's trying to do this murder, something, and I was supposed to go to Zio's, and they were going to put a gun in my car, and then I didn't go. Oh my gosh, how'd she find out? How many times have you guys asked that question? How'd she find out? How does she know? Because you're being investigated, dumbass. It's every day since the McNamara email. I'm typing up what you just said. I'm typing it up. I knew Michael Neely did not kill Lucky. He couldn't have. You drugged him. He slept through that whole thing. That explains why he has no memory of anything and not a mark on him. Even the arrest report says he has nothing on him. He has a swollen red right hand, and he beat a guy to death. Extensive damage over his head, neck, and face. A bruised, swollen eye. Internal decapitation, blunt force trauma to the head. Massive injuries. And Michael Neely has nothing